Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So in my last video, someone commented and was requesting for an intro and probably an outro on my channel. Okay, so I haven't thought of anything yet, so I thought of asking you guys if you have any suggestions you can give to me on what we can use as an intro. You can leave them in the comment section below. Okay, I'm thinking of a theme song for the intro. I don't know yet, but I'm just going to keep thinking and see what we come up with. So if you have any suggestions on intros and outros we can use on this channel, then kindly leave them in the comment section below and I would gladly appreciate that. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how you can make eyeshadows pop on your skin. Whatever skin tone you have, whether you're light, you're dark, you're deep dark, you're pepper, you're white, whatever skin tone you have, you can use the simple tricks I'm about to show you to make your eyeshadows pop more. Dark skin girls tend to suffer from this situation, and if you're a dark skin girl like myself and you're watching me, this is going to help you up your eyeshadow game and take your eyeshadow game to another level. Okay guys, so the first thing you need to take note of whenever you're about to apply eye makeup is to even out your lids. Whether you have hyperpigmentation on your skin or you don't have any skin problems, you still need to even out your skin. But even it out, I mean prime. So you need to prime your eyelids before you go in with any eyeshadow. Okay, you can go ahead and use an eyeshadow primer or a concealer, but you guys know I always use a concealer on here, so I'm going to be using a concealer in this video. Concealers tend to give more pigment than most eyeshadow primers, so I think it's better for you to go in with a concealer to even out your lids than an eyeshadow primer. Okay, you guys can use a concealer that dries down a bit, that way it's not going to move around when you're putting on eyeshadow. I'm blending this out and you guys can see I'm stamping on the concealer rather than swiping. That way it's not going to take away the product and also leave like brush lines on it. So we are going to be using this Sarat palette. I'm pulling up this palette because I want you guys to know you don't need a high brand eyeshadow palette to make your eyeshadows pop. This is a Ghanaian brand and I got this for about 80 cedis. You guys have seen me use it on here for some time now. After my get ready with me try new makeup video, I fell in love with it and I really love using it. So I'm going to be using this palette today. If you're a beginner and you're now starting off with eyeshadow, I'd recommend you setting your concealer before going in to apply the eyeshadow. That way you don't find it difficult blending it out and everything else. For demo purposes, I'm going to do one eye with the concealer and the other eye with no concealer, just my normal eyelids, and you guys are going to see the difference. Okay, the first eyeshadow I'm going to be using is this one. Put that right here. Before you blend any eyeshadow on your lid as well, you need to make sure there are no creases. So I'm packing this right here. I'm going to do the same to this eye. The next shade I'm going to be using is this purple and I'm going to pack that right here. I'm going to do the same here. So with just these two shades, I hope you guys can already see the difference on both eyes. I'm trying my best to use as many shades as possible. I'm picking up this orange shade. You can go ahead and build up the shade if you want, or you can leave it like this, but I'm going to build up the shades a bit more. I'm building up the shade on this eye too so that you guys don't think I'm neglecting it. I'm going to blend out the edges with this bright pink. One thing you should also know is when you're working with matte shadows, it's good to stamp on the shade before you go ahead to blend it. That way you get more pigment out of it. Okay, so this is how we are looking so far. One thing you should also take note of is whenever you're putting a color on top of another, it's not going to come out as pigmented as the normal color because you're putting it on another color. So it's going to mix a bit with that color, so you're not going to get like the pigment you want from that, okay? Adding a pop of color to your lower lashes as well also helps bring out the eyeshadow because it's going to open up your eyes, so it's going to make the eyeshadows more vibrant, okay? So I'm going to be putting this on my waterline. It doesn't matter, you can use any color you have, white or any other colored pencil you have on your waterline. This is not mandatory. You're not supposed to put color on your waterline every time to make your eyeshadows pop. You guys can see just from the priming of the eyes, you can see the difference on both eyes. So before you move to the under eye, you should make sure that you have a concealer, or maybe if you have under eye bags or under eye circles, you need to make sure you conceal all that before you go in and apply your eyeshadow. Just like the same way you prime here before you apply eyeshadow, you also like putting a base there before you apply eyeshadow. So you guys can see I went ahead to put my concealer on here, and this side is just my foundation set with powder. I'm going to be applying the purple shade underneath the eyes. One thing you should also know is there's no crime in you going back in to build up the shades you feel they are a bit lost. It happens when you blend out the eyeshadow. Sometimes maybe the first shade you placed will be a bit lost, but you can go in whatever time and just build it up. There's no crime to that. Let's build up this side as well. So the Sarat palette does not have a shimmer shade, so I'm going to move ahead and use this EYESHADOWS palette. I'm picking up this yellow shade. I put that in the tear dot. This eye is teary. Another thing you can do with shimmer shades is you can wet your brush a little bit, pick up the product and then apply it. So I'm going to wet the brush a little bit, pick up the same product and then go in. You guys can automatically see the difference between both eyes. Okay guys, so that is the end of today's video. You guys can see the difference on both eyes. This one even faded out and this one you can see is still intact because we primed. This was also for demo purposes, so there was no perfection to the eyes or even the skin. Priming your lids or making your lids even before you apply eyeshadow is very important, okay? Because I didn't prime this eye before I applied eyeshadow, aside the fact that the pigment was not coming out, blending it was also difficult. Like I said before, you don't need a high-end brand or high-end palette to make your eyeshadows pop. You can use a low-end brand. The Sarat palette I used, it's a Ghanaian brand, it's a low-end brand, and it still has pigment in it, so you can use low-end brands as well, but to some extent, because some low-end brands, they're just a mess, but you can use the good quality ones around to practice and then you'll get there. Okay, let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. If this was helpful to you, if you'd like to see more videos like this, kindly leave comments and video suggestions you have as well in the comment section below. Okay, before I forget, like I said in the intro, someone requested me having an intro and an outro, so if you have any suggestions, you can also leave that in the comment section below. And if you've made it this far, you might as well subscribe. Kindly join the family, tap on the subscribe button below and also the post notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.